Hello, radiant beings. Get ready to journey deeper into the hidden wisdom of the universe, because part 9 of the Soul Awakening podcast series, Embodying the Universal Laws, is live streaming Tuesday, August 26th at 1 p.m. Pacific Standard Time on YouTube. Joining me is the luminous Marcus Christolight Robbins as we explore the sacred synergy between the universal laws and numerology, unlocking how numbers serve as divine codes guiding our soul's evolution and alignment. This is a live, high-frequency transmission. So bring your presence, your questions, and your open heart. Let's co-create magic together. The universe is speaking. Are you listening?
Welcome, welcome, welcome in. I'm so excited. I just can't hide it. I'm about to lose control and I know I like it. I like it. The universal laws and numerology. Numerology, not just the numbers, but numbers as related to your soul urge, your outer expression, your life path numbers, and your name. I'm so excited. I'm going to just sit here and let you take that in for a minute. Numerology, right? It's not just some science babble. It's not just the spiritual woo-hoo, hoo-woo, hoo-hoo-hoo. Numerology and the universal laws can absolutely work together and complement each other. It's a system. It's a creative system. It's a creative system. Life is happening. There's no, I'm going to, the divine is saying slow my roll. So life is happening regardless of whether we're aware of it or not, conscious of it or not, believe in it or not. The universal laws work regardless. There's no gray area. Numerology, the vibration of numerology, the frequency of numerology is happening regardless. Regardless if you believe it or not. It is always tuned in, turned on, and responding to us. Okay? It is a complementary system, especially when we view it through either spiritual or metaphysical, oh, I gotta slow my roll, metaphysical lenses. It's about how you view it. And when you view it, how you use it, how you tap into it, and how you let it mirror you. Because remember, you don't have to do a damn thing but live. And you will vibrate for the earth consciousness to shift and to evolve and keep doing it. So all you got to do is live. You don't have to know anything if you don't want to know it. You don't have to do anything if you don't want to do it. You don't have to change anything if you don't want to change it. It's free will. Okay? So take what resonates. and leave what doesn't. It's not about spending time on what you don't believe. If there's something that sparks something in you to say, oh, I didn't see it that way. I mean, when I started studying numerology, and I'm just getting started, it sparked something in me. It sparked something in me. Grand Rising, Casey. So numerology is our tool, just like the universal laws. The universe or the divine or the Almighty God or whatever your terminology would be happy if we're using them, because that was what was why it was given. Together, the universal laws and numerology offer a powerful framework. It offers a framework of understanding the human potential, your human potential, to understanding polarity, to understanding your soul purpose, to understanding your evolution. So let's get ready. Let's explore it. Let's see where it intersects with us, where it contributes to us, and how we contribute to it. Numerology is the language of soul patterns. That's where we're going to start. We're going to cover the soul patterns. We're going to cover the universal laws and the operating principles of reality, because we are living a reality. We're living a version of reality. That's why we came to third density. We can know about all the different levels that are different than our third density reality. We can grow and expand into our 4D and 5D consciousness and still see 3D a different way, see the reality a different way. But we came here to experience. And we came here with some very mighty tools in our backpack. Like I said last week, the divine, your mother, father, God, Almighty God, matrix or illusion, patted you on the butt and said, get down there, go play. I packed everything for you. You'll have a recall, you'll remember, and then you'll be able to go into your backpack and pull out whatever you need to do whatever you want to do. And here we are. Right? The universal laws are the operating principles of reality, whatever your reality is. Nothing happens by chance. You create it. I create it. Marcus creates it. By the way, Marcus Christolight Robbins is my illuminated guest today as we talk about the universal laws and numerology. Right? So both of these systems, they work with vibration and frequency. A number, when you look at it on a piece of paper, is just it's flat. It's a number. It's written. But numbers vibrate. They have frequency. That's why when people lift their head up from from paper and they can see numbers like floating inside their consciousness, moving and creating. Children on the spectrum can do mathematical problems, and the teacher gets mad at them because they don't write it down. They don't, put the whole formula on paper to show the teacher that they did it, because it must be impossible for them to do it in their mind. But everything is possible, right? It's both a system of vibration and frequency. Numbers or numerology is based on vibrational frequency of numbers. The universal laws, like the laws of vibration and the law of cause and effect, tell us that everything is moving, everything is energy, everything is constantly in play. Each number in numerology resonates with a specific frequency, and it influences how we experience our life, how you experience your life. Take what resonates, leave what doesn't. For example, I'm going to give you an example. A person with a life path 5, freedom, adaptability, change, will naturally have to learn lessons related to the law of change and the law of rhythm, navigating the cycles and transitions with grace. We come here to learn something. The universe is always dropping clues to us, and numerology is one way it drops it. Both the universal laws and numerology bring balance into polarity. Law of polarity teaches us that everything has two sides. If there's an up, there's a down. If there's light, there's dark. If there's love, there's fear. If there's masculine, there's feminine. If there's feminine, there's masculine. Numerology reveals how individuals are coded to work with these specific polarities. You want another example? Life path 2 must navigate duality, balancing sensitivity with strength, receptivity, and boundaries. A life path 8 explores power and authority, balancing material mastery with spiritual ethics. Take what resonates, leave what doesn't. Growth and expansion, shifting and evolving. And here it is, the universe giving us all these downloads, giving us all these uploads, giving us all these implodes or explodes, however you choose to label it. But the universe is giving us cheat codes without the cheating, right? Universal laws and numerology, they guide humanity in the collective emotion. They help guide me, the human being that believes it's a part of the collective, getting me ready as to understand, go within and understand myself, so that when I'm part of the collective, I know where I'm going to hold space, because I know who I am and I know what I bring. As part of the collective, I can't get lost in the collective experience. Take what resonates, leave what doesn't, right? Numerology can be applied to the personality and to the collective, to the global, to the societal, and to the individual. Universal laws show that inner transformation leads to outer transformation. Together, both numerology and the laws help you understand your soul design, understand society, how the society around you evolves because of you. And numerology also helps you understand your blueprint. Right? So let's absolutely go deeper. That was just an overview. Let's go deeper. And to go deeper, I'm going to invite in my guest, the illuminating Marcus Christolight Robbins. Welcome in.
Thank you for having me, Sandy. I really appreciate it. How are you today?
I'm doing well. I'm excited.
Yeah, me too.
I'm so excited.
And thank you for...
How are you?
I'm great. And I just want to say thank you for having such a great introduction and opening to the knowledge of what numerology is. And, you know, I've been on this journey for quite a while, probably around, I would say, maybe 11 years when it comes to astrology, numerology, as well as all these different other aspects of our human journey. And I will say I haven't really gone in depth into like the science behind the definitions of numerology. Now, I'm familiar with like life path numbers, the soul urge numbers, things of that nature. I myself, I'm a life path 33, which is also a 6 as well. And I'm sure we'll be talking about life path numbers. And I actually had a site on here as well that you guys could potentially maybe have your life path number calculated live on the share screen if you guys are open to it in the comments. And if Sandy's open to it as well, we can maybe do that for a moment at some point, which I think would be pretty cool. People get to learn how to calculate their life path number and be able to see it visually. And it's a free website that you can use anytime as well. It's called Token Rock. And you guys will see the website when we put it on. But you just put your birth date in there, and then it calculates it for you. And then it gives you your life path number, and it gives you a full explanation of what that life path number means, as well as different, I guess you can say, celebrities or famous people that have that life path number as well. So there's a lot of free and easy ways in this age of Aquarius technology that we're kind of moving into, where, you know, we can instantly look up stuff. And it doesn't have to be something that we pay for a reading for, or we have to sign up for from somebody else. We can just go online and calculate it through the AI. So, yeah, it's pretty fascinating. And again, I just want to say thank you for having me on, and I'll go ahead and hand it back to you.
You're welcome. Thank you for being here. I was excited. At the end of our last episode, I told him, I said, I want to do one more. I think I got one more that the divine wants me to do. And the divine wants you to be the guest for this. Right? Yeah. Because I'm new to numerology. I am not afraid to say that. I'm new to it, but it's sticking to me like glue. As soon as I learn it, there's more, right? I'm reading right now. This book is called The Complete Book of Numerology: Discovering the Inner Self by David A. Phillips. This is one of many books that I'm beginning to read, but it blew my mind, and I'm going to tell you why, guys, before we really start to dive into it. When I was learning about my life path number, and I got, okay, my life path number is a 4. And when it was giving me the description of my life path number, I sounded boring. Okay? Through my ego itself, it's like, how more boring can I get? Because it was giving me, you know, the basics of me, and it was giving me all the different labels of the different, I'm a worker bee. I'll just break it down that way. I'm a worker bee. I could be anywhere from a trash collector to, you know, a teacher, blah, blah, blah. Right? So I had stopped there. I mean, there was more information, but my ego had took it and went, Well, how did you get here to thinking that you could be a podcaster, that you could be a worldwide inspirational and motivational speaker if you're so bland, right? Because what I did was I looked at all the other numbers that people were telling me that they were, and it was, oh, they're spiritual, and oh, they're open, and oh, they're galactic, and oh, they're, it made me want to cry, right? But see, I was just skimming the surface. I was just skimming the surface, and getting all my information from my egoic self that didn't understand it. It understood the words that I was reading, but it didn't understand the information that if I had kept going, that I was receiving. Right? So when you're learning about anything, the good thing is that there are many authors with different perceptions to give you that's going to touch the vibration of you. And at the end of this program, I'll give you some of the books that I have in my Amazon cart, and you could choose or not to choose it, right? But what I found out is the more that I'm looking at, like when I read to you guys, the divine design and the raw materials and everything, you're going to find a little something of each one that connects the dots for you. Right? And I had the Kabbalion that connects the dots, raw material, the divine design, the Kabbalion, and even some parts of the Bible. Yes, see? Principle of material minimalism, right? You start, and some people say, oh, I don't read books. I just get all my downloads. That's good. Understand that the divine wants you to weigh it against more. Why? Because there's an infinite and plethora of infinite learning that you do, that you will do. There's growth and expansion from the time you're zero in the womb, if you want to consider that zero, to the time you do 100, 100. And then you leave this story. There's infinite possibilities and infinite choices of everything that you're learning. Mine happened to start when I was having my questions about the Bible and religion and whatnot. Some other people will start at a point where they didn't believe in anything. And guess what? The universal laws were always there for me as well as them. Numerology was always there for me as well as them. Light language was always there for me as well as them. All your gifts are there. The divine said, I packed it all for you. Go on, scoot. It's all there. As you start to recall, you can use it. Scoot, my little one, scoot. Go play. Right? So let's start. Numerology as the language of soul patterns. Numerology isn't just numbers. It's about vibrational signatures. Each number reflects a distinct energy or frequency. When you understand these, you understand your blueprint. We can begin to see our soul has chosen a particular lesson or chose a particular gift to use or chose a particular challenge to have in this lifetime. We can start to see it as it unfolds. You hear everybody talk about soul contracts. Numerology can decode those elements of your soul contract, your soul's agreements to come play before they incarnated into bodies and families and social classes. This includes your life path. As I was telling, there's a reason why I'm a 4. It includes your expression. It includes your destiny numbers. Let's talk about patterns of being. Repeating numbers, like everybody's talking about. I see 444. I see 111, 333. I just saw it on this license plate. What message is that trying to give me? Repeating numbers and patterns in your life are not random. The universe is dropping you hints. They're your soul's prompt or mirror to point you back to your alignment, or to wake you up to your alignment. Numerology has a part in your personal frequency. Let's talk about your date birth, or your date of birth, which everybody is talking about. Oh, it's the government. The government, they gave me the birth. That's the birth certificate and stuff. There's a reason you were born with the birth date that you came in. Numerology, those numbers mean something. The government had nothing to do with it. They may hold a piece of paper, but that's all they do is hold that paper. That paper has no jurisdiction or power over you unless you give them power to hold it over you. Your birth date and your name carry the archetypal energy of influence and how you interact with the universe and its laws. Now, before we talk about the operating principles of the universal laws and reality, let's go back to Marcus, right? Let's see what our guest has to say.
So, when it comes to numerology, one thing that has always stood out to me on my journey is that numbers have a vibration, and along with that, in numerology we have 1 through 9. So typically 1 would mean the beginning of a cycle, and then 9 would represent the ending to a cycle. So then with that, in numerology, when it comes to life path numbers, you also have master numbers. And they say there's master number 11, 22, and 33. And each one holds different frequency of attributes, basically. So what I found was when I became aware of my life path number, I then was able to see for myself the reasons why I had felt so naturally into being a healing practitioner, or that I've always wanted to be of service to others and help just bring clarity and bring really like self-love and just feelings of being present in people's lives. And what I learned about being a 33 was that it's a number 6, and life path 6 represents balance. And not only balance, but it's also healing and nurturing as well. So when I learned about that back in, it was around 2014, I then started getting more involved in the healing arts. So then I started practicing Reiki, meditation, the chakras, breath work, and shamanic healing. And now what I find today is that due to devoting myself to doing the things that support my natural life path frequency or life path number, I'm now able to sort of be in what we can kind of call the dream timeline of yourself, where you're really just living based off of your passion, based off of what you feel like is your purpose, and everything is then circulating around that. And it takes, or at least from my experience, it just takes a lot of devotion to keeping in your alignment with what you know about thyself, as we say. And that's why I say, know thyself, because when we can understand what makes up, if you want to say, this human avatar of who you are in this moment for this time and space, then you'll be able to support it in a more supportive and, I guess if you wanted to say, more optimal way while you have the time with this being. And with that, you're able to kind of manifest and have more of those miraculous and magical like things happen in your life more naturally. Like just not forced, more harmony and just more flow state. And that's what I've really found by not just learning about my life path number, but also really integrating it as well into my everyday life. And it's pretty fascinating when we take all these aspects together, including our astrology and the different zodiac signs and everything else that makes up who we are. I guess you can also say our gene keys and human design as well. What is your life path number, actually?
My life path number is a 4.
Okay.
Right? Okay. I mean, when I did this, okay, this is what I did. I don't know if you can see it. Okay, basically, this book was helping me. I think, if I can find it, it helps you put your dates in, right? You put your birth date in. Now, basically, I would get some of the information that I would get when I would have people, try to give me the life path number on a live or something. I didn't want to put my whole birth date out on the web, on Instagram or anybody, because I don't know who's listening and what their intention is, right? So when I got this book, and you can go to the website as well that Marcus was telling you about, and you put in that information and you get that information back, and if it allows you, you can print it out, and you clear the information, and hopefully you're cool. But this book, what I loved about this book, like I said, is called The Complete Book of Numerology. It gives you how to break down your birth date and put it in this box, right? I don't know if you can see it in this box. It's like a tic-tac-toe box. I said, I know this. I used to play tic-tac-toe when I was a kid, right? So, and it, it has it has the mind plane, it has soul plane, the basic self plane. It also has the conscious self, the high self, and the physical self, and where your birth numbers fall in this box. And this book also tells you, what blew my mind is there is a thing called arrows. Okay? And then I went with it. The thing is, my birth date, when they were using an illustration, it fell the same way. In the illustration, I said, this is not coincidence for it to show me exactly that I am an arrow of determination. And I'm going to read you what it says. Everyone born during the month of May in the 20th century, and everyone born on every day in the 1950s will have this arrow on their birth chart. It's called the arrow of determination. So too will everyone born with a 5 anywhere else in their birth date. Because the number 1 and 9 are standard to every birth date in the 20th century. Blew my mind. Thus, only the 5 is needed to create the arrow of determination. Let me give you the definition by which this author has studied and found. Determination underlies almost everything these people undertake. These people, me, with this birthday. This is coupled with persistence, which is often used to overcome objects or objections to their plans, sometimes to the point of dogged stubbornness. Some will want to enact their plan with all haste. Others will go to the extreme of waiting until obstacles disperse. The middle path, employing their intuition, compassion, and wisdom, will generally be the most suitable avenue. When I went past just being a 4, there's more to me than just being, a 4 and being an office worker. And I went, oh, there's more to numerology than just your life path number. It blew me away. And this book teaches you how to get there. Life path, your life path number plus the arrow of determination it tells you a little bit more about yourself. You don't have to believe it unless you want to. That's why you can go to another author and another book until you compile information that vibrates for your highest and your greatest good. Right? So where one person says, oh, astrology is good enough for me, I don't need to do numerology. Light language, or somebody that says light language is good for me, I don't need to do that other stuff. Or even a Christian that says, I don't need to do any of those other books. The Bible is good for me. You know what the divine says? Let it be so. Let it be so. So I learned where all my numbers of my birth date fall and what they mean. Will this help me? It might help me. Will it help you? It might not. Right? So let's go to the universal laws, right? The operating principles for our reality, because that's what we live in. We live in a reality. We came from another reality to take on this reality. We came from wherever our homes came, wherever we came from before we hit third density and took physical bodies. Whatever astral planes we came from, we came because we answered a call to take on a form body and play in this reality. And yes, it's real. It's as real as we make it. It's part of our play field. We get to create it any way we have. And the divine says, just like Ross says, I'm going to give you the cheat codes. Why? Because I can. The divine packed our overnight bags inside our vibrational astral body and said, go play, little ones. I got everything there. When you have an awakening moment, or have a moment where you can recall that you have something that you can pull out of your toolbox, do it. And then the divine says, I'm going to give you a little wake-up calls. I'm going to drop some little hints. I'm going to drop some clues, a little numerology, a little light language. I'm going to put it in your music. I'm going to put it in the movies that you watch. There's numerologies in every movie that you have ever watched since you were a child to an adult. Go back and watch some of those old movies. Numbers have been talking to you your whole life. Just blows me away, right? So universal law, here's a few that are relevant and contextual to numerology. The law of vibration, which says that everything vibrates energy. Numbers are condensed to vibrations. Each has a tone, a color, and an emotion. Numbers work by decoding those vibrations. Let's try the law of correspondence. As within, so without. As above, so below. Your personal numbers, inner soul codes, respond to outer life experiences. Whoa, right? Let me say that again. Your personal numbers, your inner soul codes, respond to outer life. So what's within responds and moves outward. And you see them in numbers. And you can see the numbers. You can start to count the words and count the numbers. Of every letter has a corresponding number. And every number has a corresponding plane. How about the law of cause and effect? That's my favorite one. Karma, law of cause and effect. It's personal. I was about to blend all of that together and call it fur. It's personal. Right? Cause and effect. Every number carries a karmic energy. What you put out comes back. Okay? You want an example? Karmic debt. They give you, the example is 13, 14, 16, 19. May reveal past life imbalances. So the soul took on a different body, tried to work it out, didn't work it out, and decided to come back and do it again, and it chose me. And it came back with this karmic number and vibrational choice of the choosing of what it needed to learn. And here I go. Take what resonates, leave what doesn't. The law of rhythm. Numerology reveals cycles. Your personal years, your pinnacles, your challenges. Pendulum swinging all the way forward and then all the way back and then fucking doing it all over again. And you making the same choice all the time, expecting a different outcome. It's just like having, I'm going to slow my roll and I'm going to say, it's getting playing the lotto. And every time you get to the ticket, you play the same numbers, but the numbers don't yield you anything. But you keep playing them for a different outcome. Now, one or two things is happening. You're not embodying yourself with those numbers, so they're not yielding you anything, or you're using numbers that aren't vibrationally yielding you or telling you what you need to do. Or you're not hearing what the numbers are telling you you need to do. Maybe possibly those numbers aren't what you need to play. Maybe those numbers mean something else. Anything's possible because we live in a vibration of infinite possibilities. And numbers, as everything else in the universe, change. They grow and they expand. Over to you, Marcus.
Over to me. What does it be?
Over to you.
We're going to get a recap on what it is to be numerology.
What is numerology and how does numerology work? Often associated with astrology, numerology is the belief in the divine, mystical, and special relationship between numbers and events in the real world. Those that study numerology study the symbolism of numbers. It is often used to determine particular characteristics about a certain person, including their personality, strengths, talents, inner needs, and emotional reactions. Numerology is not a new phenomenon. The relationship between numbers and coinciding events has been noted for thousands of years. Indeed, numerology's history stretches all the way back to ancient Egypt and Babylonia. The field was first formally organized by a well-known mathematician, Pythagoras, about 26,000 years ago in ancient Greece. Since its beginning, numerology has constantly evolved, slowly becoming the modern field of study that it is today. To the outside observer, numerology can at first seem quite strange and difficult to understand, yet it is based on fairly simple principles. These include the fact that the universe vibrates at its own particular frequency. You can use the principles of numerology to find the vibration rate of any given object, including people. This is how numerology works to ascertain significant information about an individual's personality and overall character. The simple mathematical formula allows a numerologist to derive a number of characteristics about a person. The evaluation of these characteristics will then provide an accurate character analysis. When all is said and done, about half of the analysis comes from the birth date, while the other half comes from the name. Numerology has been refined through centuries of study. When practiced by a skilled and experienced numerologist, a numerological evaluation can explain a lot about a person's characters.
To find out what secrets numerology has in store for you, click here to get your free instant and extremely accurate numerology reading. You will likely be amazed at what you find out. And for more numerology tips, tricks, and tutorials, be sure to click the subscription button right here so that you don't miss out on future videos.
Hey, thank you for the recap to that other reflection of the soul. And I want to say, if you guys know your life path numbers, feel free to drop them in the comments. Let's see what life path numbers we got in the space today. I'd love to see what you guys are. And if you guys aren't aware, perhaps maybe you could be one of the people that would love to have this screen share calculator done for you. So if you do know your life path number, feel free to drop it in the comments if you would like. And if you would like to learn yours and you know your birth date, which I would hope we all know our birth date, but circumstances happen. If you guys know your birth date and you're willing to share it and you want it on the calculator for this live, feel free to let us know in the comments as well.
Yeah.
And
let's see. Goddess Love 888 says she thinks hers is 4. And if you want to be sure, go ahead and give us your birth date and we'll calculate it for you. Right?
Oh, she's a 4 as well.
Yeah. And you know, in this book that I'm looking at, it's also they talk about ruling numbers, right? Let's see. Ruling numbers. Let me that's another thing that I wanted to. Ruling numbers. It says, this is a quote by Pythagoras. Evolution is the law of life. Number is the law of the universe. Unity is the law of God. Right? And they're talking about ruling numbers. And it says, there was, as we seek to unite with the Creator, we shed one by one the cloaks of imaginary as we dress that we have dressed in, which represent what we choose to, how we choose to appear in the world. As they fall away, the growth of our real personality emerges, revealing the beauty and the beautiful psyche and the core of our personal universe, our raison d'etre, or étoile, which is French, and I'm probably ruining it. So eloquently put, we no longer seek excuses or blame others or deny our own personality responsibility. As we start to learn about our numbers and what they mean to us, through what people have learned and gathered together and put in these books, each having a different definition. But when you go to these different books and you find the definition that fits you vibratorily, remember, everything's vibrating. And when it hits you, all of a sudden, you say, "Ooh, that's me." Right? And it kind of makes sense. All right. So do you see Casey's birthday?
Yes.
All right.
So we can go ahead and put it in the calculator. So this is the life path calculator that you guys can use online at any time. And as you can see, it is Token Rock, and that is TOKENROCK.com. I'm just gonna go ahead and put it in the comments for you guys.
That one more time.
Yeah, I'm gonna put it on the screen for you guys. Boom, there you go. TokenRock.com. It's on the screen for everybody.
Okay.
And it's completely free. And all you do is put your birth date in, that's it. Or if you want to know about a life path number, you can just put the life path number in instead of the birth date, and it'll just tell you about the life path number. So we're going to use Casey's birthday as an example. Thank you, Casey, for letting us use your birthday. And you were born on Christmas. What? December 25th.
Mm-hmm.
Wow. How wonderful is that? Okay. What an honor. 1983. Man, I don't know who's producing, but they need to play some music. There we go. Oh, life path number 4. The worker. Work and discipline to feel stable. Not taking shortcuts. Feels the best to do anything that is through dedication and perseverance. You can see through the get-rich-quick schemes and consider them to be a waste of time. You see that time as being better spent working towards the solid goal. You like challenge and may consider everything a challenge, sometimes to a fault. This can lead to discussion or arguments about what is the best way to do something. very headstrong and will insist on not taking a shortcut. You may feel that spending hours and days to find the best way to do something will pay off greatly in the long run. Need stability to feel comfortable. 4s are good in position of manager and business leader for their desire to lead people to a defined goal. A career that deals with finite items, patterns, and structure are best suited to Life Path 4 because their career requires an attention to detail. Pretty cool. So yes, you are a 4, Casey. And it also does show you on the side here the breakdown of the numbers to make number 4. I'll make that a little bit larger for everybody too. So yeah, if there's anybody else in the comments that would like their life path number calculated and would like to learn about what their number means, just feel free to put yourself in the comments. Let us know.
Right.
Boom, boom.
Yes. So while they're deciding, embodying the laws through numerology, it can also be part of your awareness your awareness and alignment. When you become aware of your core numbers, your life path, your soul urge, your personal your personal outside information, you begin to align with why you made certain choices. And you also begin to understand that you can sit down and have a conversation with your soul and say, oh, is this the path that we're going? Oh, is that what you wanted to learn? And then you become one, you have that interconnection with your highest being that's always on that plane with the divine in you. It doesn't mean that you have to totally, drown yourself in numerology all fast and everything. You just go with the flow. Take a little bit in at a time. I mean, I was reading some of this, the next level of the book, which is talking about the arrows, the different arrows, the arrows of numbers falling in a straight line. Mine was arrow of determination, which sounds the exact same way as Life Path 4. Right? And then they have different, they have the 9-year cycle of change. They have all these, what's your life purpose? They have so much in here. This is just one book and one author. It's one website that Marcus just showed you, and then there's about a billion others that might, as the song says, ring your bell. Ring your bell. Ring your bell. Right? It might ring your bell. It might toot your horn. It might just send you off into all of a sudden you're just opened up and you're getting all these downloads, implodes, explodes, whatever the terminology is that you're using for when the divine is opening you up to new learning, to new growth, right? So when you become aware of your core numbers, I'm going to repeat that, your life path, your soul urge, your personal year, you begin to align your choices with your soul design. It's how you get to embody the law of your divine purpose. Choice and co-creation. Numerology shows you your default soul pattern. You've got a pattern that was written for you. It doesn't mean that you have to stay that way. It means that it was encoded in you. Just like computers, they have a lot of things that are written coding, and you don't have to use all of it. You get to use what works for you. Just like your phone, they give you 1,000 apps, and I'm just embellishing there. But say they give you at least 3 pages of applications. Some that you actually have to use for the phone, that actually keeps the phone, maintained. And then others that you get to choose to use. Some you might have to, if you keep using them, you might have to pay for them, to get the real version of it, to dive into the nitty gritty. But these are all infinite possibilities for you to use. And every phone does it, not just Apple. Android does it as well. Well, you are miraculously better than any phone that mankind has ever created. You are the blueprint, an individual blueprint of the divine, saying, this is what I want this person to look like as I experience 3D. And this is her blueprint. And then giving me the free will to change it, to rewrite my code if I want to find out if it's, to look at the numbers and go, ooh, what if I move this number over here? What, okay, I know that I have my life path number, but what if I want to grow? What if I don't want to be just a worker bee? What if I want to be an inspirational and a motivational podcaster? And what if I want to excel? What if I want to take off? What if I don't want to just work in an office? What if I don't just want to be the trash collector? Right? What if I don't just want to be the mom or the teacher? What if I want to utilize my some gifts that I have that make me a musician, writing scores, a great pianist, a great artist? What if I want to dive into more numerology and learn how I can alchemize myself for growth and expansion? Right? Numerology shows our default soul pattern, but the laws remind us that you're a co-creator and not a victim of fate. You work with your numbers, not under them. I was saying all of that to get to this. You work with your numbers, but you don't have to yield to them. Just like I was saying earlier, when I learned that I was a Life Path 4 and I was reading the first paragraph that it was giving me, and I said, oh, I'm boring. Made me want to cry. I'm not special like anybody else who's a Life Path, a 33 and a Life Path 8 or 6 or whatnot, right? And I just realized I don't have to be under my number. My number is to show me this is what my soul came in. This is what it thought. I'm going to experience this. And then what next? Integration and illumination. Embodying means integrating your soul pattern into your life. Numerology isn't just insight, it's a map of conscious action. It helps you be in alignment with the universal truth. Universal truth, one of the main universal truths is the law of one, the law of love. And as I see it, I got so much to learn. LP here, LP here, LP11 here. Life Path 11.
Yeah.
She's got a double number. This
We got
was
2.5.
Yeah.
Harry George.
Harry George, Life Path 11. Right? Numerology, like I said, it provides a blueprint. It's your soul coding language. Think the divine coded. Can you see the divine just sitting up there going, okay, Sandra's code is writing on the big board in the sky. Yes, this is her code. This is what's going with her. Here it is. Oh, I'm down at the bottom of the chalkboard. Here's just a little bit more. All right, go, Sandy.
It's like the background.
Just like the background. Exactly. Right? Each number represents a vibrational archetype, revealing your soul purpose, your inner motivations, which is your soul urges, how you are meant to show up in the world, which is your destiny, the timing of your lessons, which is your personal years and your pinnacle. Blew me away. You mean that was all there, pre-coded, encoded in me? Right? I mean, prior to learning this, I was living life, and I was living a very advantageous life 4 path. I worked in many offices. I excelled at working in offices in the accounting department. Of at least I worked for only less than 5 companies. I worked for them for quite some years. I worked for them when they were mom and pop shops and they grew to be big corporations. And then they did what they decided to do was every time they sold their company, I moved to another company. It was like as if the universe just knew what my life path number was and where I was supposed to go next. And I always had the backing of the people that I was leaving. They would say, oh yeah, we'll write you a recommendation. And then I moved into the next arena or the next corporation. But yeah, I was a life path 4 and I was working it. And I didn't even know the numerology behind it. Right? But now I'm understanding it. And now I'm getting it. I'm not boring. That was just one of my many journeys, many stories. That was a chapter or a book that got finished. And once I finished it and said the end and put it on the universal shelf so that the divine could read who the divine was as me in that story and then say, okay, now what? What's the next one? It's like, oh, there's more because now I get to see my soul passion or my soul urge. Let's dive into that. Where are we going to play in on the playground of Earth consciousness with that? Right? Let's talk about my destiny. How am I going to show up there? Think of numerology like DNA of your soul journey. It's your DNA. These numbers aren't fixed traits. So 4 isn't all I am. It's not a fixed trait. It's one of many. But energetically, the keys that help you unlock the deeper potential of your beingness. That's what they are. They show you the soul program that you came here with, but it doesn't say that you have to stick to it. It doesn't say that you have to stick to the soul contract. It doesn't say that just because you move, but somebody else doesn't want to move out of your soul contract, that you're stuck. It's not a contract like a human contract. It's your higher beings coming together saying, we're going to play with you on that. But when we're done, if we want to leave, we can just leave. No explanation. We're done. We close it. And then you get to move on. It blew me away because at first I thought I was stuck. Oh, you mean I'm stuck with people that are continuously making me unhappy and I'm stuck with them? Because I can't get out of the soul contract because I got to die and do this shit all over again? And then they in another body and form we have to come back and play this until the contract is fulfilled. Right? It kind of blew me away. It shows you that the soul program you came here with, the unique sequences and challenges and talents and energy, and you were here to learn it. You were here to navigate it and grow and expand. And the numbers are the numbers are your cheat codes. The divine said, I'm not going to leave you without having the cheat codes. I'm not going to leave you without having a little bit of access to me, to us. Over to you, Marcus. Woof.
That was just electrical. I just felt so much coming through my heart chakra, and ooh-wee. That was some good knowledge right there. Thank you.
Thank you. I'm thanking the divine. Thank you. Woo.
Thank you, Spirit.
Thank you, Spirit. So do we have another video?
Yes, actually. So I was gonna play a video surrounding a specific guide that is really helpful when it comes to connecting to our sequences, our coding, our blueprints, and our numbers, and geometry as well. So this guide is a very popular figure, commonly known, and it is also an angel of sorts. And I'm not gonna give away any more of that. So I'm gonna let you guys tune in and tap in and enjoy as you process after that download that Sandy shared.
Archangel Metatron is the ultimate embodiment of empowerment and spiritual ascension. Along with Sandalphon, he stands as one of only 2 angels to have ascended from a human incarnation on Earth, thus earning him unparalleled wisdom and insight into the human experience. As the scribe of the Book of Life, Metatron holds an important task of recording every choice made in heaven and on Earth, making him the ultimate guide to accessing the spiritual power within ourselves. His mystical light cube, known as the Merkaba or Metatron's cube, contains all the geometric shapes in God's creation, representing the very patterns that make up the fabric of our universe. It also serves as a conduit for the etheric body, and occasionally, the physical body, to journey to other dimensions, realms, and universes, where we can delve deeper into the mysteries and hidden layers of existence. Working with Metatron means embracing a path of intense vibrational ascension. Through his light work and energy cleansing, he helps release us from the shackles of negativity that hold us back, physically, mentally, emotionally, and energetically. He is a powerful force of change, urging us to adopt a more positive mindset, one that empowers us to create the life we desire. If you see the number 11, a symbol closely associated with Metatron, know that he is making his presence known to you. If you catch a whiff of peppercorn or other herbs, this is a sign that he is calling out to you, urging you to pay attention. In the presence of Archangel Metatron, you may experience flashes of light or see deep violet colors or silver lights, attesting to the fiery nature of his presence. Trust in his power and guidance, and he will remain by your side, lighting the path towards spiritual ascension and empowerment. Here's a channeled message from Archangel Metatron to you. Dear one, have faith and never fear. Your hopes and dreams are valid. They will lead you to your true alignment and purpose. Don't fear that you may not be able to achieve them, because by living in alignment, you bring more joy to yourself and you are living your dream at the moment. Money and power don't matter if you are not fully aligned to your purpose and happiness. Have faith and live in joy each day, because all that you truly desire will always come to you. We are at a great precipice in human history wherein more people will be aligned to a calling for higher dimensions. What you truly need to do now is to have faith. Stand strong in what you know is right, to take care of yourself and those around you. You are a microcosm of the universe and there are worlds within you. As above, so below. What is within you is reflected on the outside. So always do the inner work of letting go of those things that don't work for you anymore so you can expand. You expand with the cosmos. All you have to do now is to enjoy your life, do good, and love. Love even the darkest parts of yourself and give love and understanding to the darkest things you see in the world. Everyone and everything is one. You are always being guided towards your ascension. Enjoy the journey. There's no need to see the end of it all at once. Your soul came here for this journey.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you for that.
Absolutely.
Harry George says Metatron came to me in 2012. Wonderful. Wadakia na kolade se solo ku onte ia ne kolande shi sholo ola mekete te mokwanda that. Wonderful. So the divine wanted me to go a little bit deeper in the universal laws being our operating system, kind of like your computers, right? If numerology is the code, then the universal laws are the spiritual operating system, the framework that governs how energy, consciousness, and manifestations function in reality. In this 3D. These laws, such as the law of vibration, cause and effect, and law of rhythm, are cosmic constants. They are always vibrating. They have no gray area. They know exactly what to do, whether you believe it or not, whether you receive it or not, whether you're part of it or not in your thought process. They're always listening. They're always turned on. They can't be turned off. You can't destroy energy. The only thing that energy can do is transform or alchemize. It can only change. Okay. So it says that the operating system is the unseen infrastructure of the universe. Just like you can't ignore energy or gravity, you can't bypass these laws without consequences. What you put out, you're going to get back. Right? And they gave you the examples, the law of vibration, which ensures that your numbers are living frequency. Is that new? That's new for me. My numbers are, it ensures that my numbers, however I'm looking at numbers and interacting with numbers in my life, they're living frequency. The law of rhythm reveals that how I'm going to act because of it. Am I going to rest at a time of rest? Am I going to release, surrender and release? Am I going to have action or reaction? That's the law of rhythm. The law of cause and effect is what I'm putting out, it's going to come back to me. Even if I'm putting it out towards someone else, it's going to come back to me. So it teaches us that our number pattern is very karmic. And guess what? In third density, this polarity, this is the only place where karma happens. Go read the book, this book, The Divine Design. And then there's one other one about the soul journey. I'll have to get the author of that one. Right? You can't change your soul code. It came in with information. And once it's open to its recalling, it's going to go to that coding. It's going to review it and say, oh, where am I at? Where are we at in now that I'm aware, where are we at? You can learn how to operate within your coding, within the laws. Just like you learn how to operate within your computer and its software, its OS, its system. Just like you learn that your system is always doing updates. So your soul connection is always getting an update because you're now in connection with your soul saying, oh, I learned this and this is how I feel about this. And the soul is saying, oh, what's that feeling? And if you're not pushing it down and you're sharing how you feel about certain things or choices that you made or people that you met because of choices that you made, your soul is saying, oh, I understand that. Exactly, Harry. Your numbers are superpowers. And guess what? Your superpowers grow or they can be stagnant. It's about free will and choice. And we have to remember that we have to be responsible. We can't blame other people for the fact that our superpower ain't working. Right? Let's talk about how we embody, how we run the system in real time. Embodiment is the actualization. When you take the awareness of your numbers and the understanding of the universal laws and begin living them consciously, this is the difference between knowing and becoming. Because you can know all you want, but if you never utilize it in life, and you're not becoming, you're not growing, you're not expanding, you're not shifting, you're not evolving, then all you are is part of the knowing. And if the knowing isn't moving you, you're stagnant. Okay? You want examples of embodiment? Living your we're going to talk about life path number 5. This is the example. right? Living your 5 life path, not just as freedom loving, but as a conscious agent of expansion, adaptability, and truth while navigating the law of change. Change is inevitable. Your freedom loving self has to learn how to adapt and be freedom loving as you are changing. That's part of life. Let's talk about honoring your I have one here, honoring your 2 personal year, number 2 personal year, by embracing sensitivity and collaboration and patience, aligning them with the law of rhythm. Everything moves in rhythm. Sometimes the rhythm slows. Sometimes you're forcing it. And because you're forcing it, you're getting a different type of resonance with the vibration. And something shows up instead of what you wanted, something shows up a little bit different. And it's out of alignment with you. It's a choice, right? Embodiment means making choices align with your numbers. We're talking about embodiment. Being aware and being responsible for your choices and how you use your numbers. Each number in your chart, whether it's your life path, your soul, or your destiny, or even your current personal year, represents a specific energy your soul is working with. Your soul came to work with you to learn certain things. Embodiment means when you make intentional choices that resonate in those energies. Whether it's your life path, whether it's your soul path, or your personal year. And they give you examples in this book about your life path, your soul urge, and your personal year. Over to you, Marcus. I love that. Over to you, Marcus. Over to you, Marcus.
Boom. Look at that. So I'm about to grab my reishi coffee here in a second. Reishi coffee latte being made. So I was doing a little bit of homework over here. I was just thinking, how much fun would it be just to review and remind everybody about another way we use numerology as well, and that is our year that we're in. That is 2025, number 9, year of the snake. So I just want to give that reminder that we're in a number 9 year, which means we're at the end of closing cycles, they say, when it comes to the astrology number of 2025. And actually, I'm gonna go ahead and grab this hot water before it gets too hot.
So while he's getting his water and getting his reishi coffee, understand that the universal laws aren't rules to obey. They're principles of harmony. They aren't rules to obey. They're principles of harmony. They work with you. When you resist the law of rhythm, for example, pushing forward into a season meant for rest, sometimes you're going to experience burnout. But guess what? The universal laws allow for you to make a choice. It's always your choice. He's back.
I'm back already. Like I never left. Okay, so I have a site for us about the numerology of 2025. And in Chinese astrology, 2025 is the year of the snake. Let me go ahead and pull it up there for you guys.
Everyone, just be patient. We're working with it.
Well,
He's back.
I am back. Okay, I think we should be good now. I think it got out of its system.
It's still spinning. Oop, there it is. Okay. We're working through some glitches, but the universe is working with us, so it's going to align so that we can provide this for you. So everybody holds space and energy. So while we're waiting, trust the timing of your life. Align with the energy, with your intentions. Take responsibility for your patterns and choices. Notice the reflections life offers you. These are all part of the universal laws. The law of rhythm, the law of vibration, the law of cause and effect, the law of correspondence. When you cooperate with the universal laws, your soul's journey becomes smoother, more aligned, less effortful. You stop forcing outcomes and start flowing with the divine intelligence. He's back. Welcome back.
Well, thank you. Glad to be back. So, oof. All right. So I'll just read it. I'm not even going to pull it up on the screen.
All right.
So, numerology of 2025 in Chinese astrology. 2025 is the year of the snake. Snakes are intuitive, mystical. They symbolize transformation, wisdom, and rebirth. They shed their skin as they grow, thus they embody the essence of renewal. So very similarly, the snake year invites us to shed the old, our bad habits, outdated identities, and perspectives, so that we can uncover deeper layers of our truth. Meanwhile, if we add the digits together, 2 plus 0 plus 2 plus 5, which is 2025, the year 2025 carries the numerological vibration of 9. This number signifies introspection, self-understanding, and the culmination of a cycle, as 9 is the final number in the numerological sequence. So now you can see the relationship between the Western and Eastern vibration encourages repeating your cycle. The snake is reminding of us of awakening our inner wisdom and evolution at a soul level. Major cosmic shifts in 2025. I'm gonna go ahead and skip over some of these. So 3 pieces of general advice for navigating the year of the wood snake. Number 1, letting go of the past and shedding old skin. Number 2, focusing on healing and self-reflection. They can symbolize healing as its organs have been used for centuries in herbal medicine and antidotes. This duality of the danger as well as the healing that snakes bring can help reflect the path to healing, which requires us to confront our past and make peace with our wounds in order to reach completion. Number 3, the element of wood symbolizes a growing tree, reminding us to be deeply rooted and grounded so that our branches can reach far and wide. This is a year to embrace practical wisdom over theoretical knowledge or empty words, just as a young sprout matures into a magnificent sequoia. Slow and steady, progress will help us achieve our goals. Wow. So yeah, 2025, the year of the snake. Number 9, more insight and just reminders of the year that we're in.
Wow. Just wow, right? Numerology, or the opening yourself up to learning about it, at least learning about it. You can have another, you learn about it and then you discern it and decide how much of it you're going to use in your life, because it's a free will choice, right? But not a but. It's a choice, and then there just is. What are you going to do? It's an is. It's what are you going to say? How are you going to be? Where are you going to take these numbers? How are you going to utilize them? Where are they going to flow? Or you know, where do they show up in your life? Do you see them? Are you attracted to them? Are they attracted to you? Now we get to understand, and we're going to have Marcus help us with understanding angel numbers, right? Because that's a part of numerology. It's not, angel numbers are not separate from numerology. They're a deep, integral part of numerology. Your angels are higher beings that have come here to be your terminology of what you want them to be. You call them angels, but they're higher beings saying, I'm coming here to be whatever angel you want me to be. Archangel Gabriel. You want me to be Archangel Gabriel? That's what I'm going to present to you. Why? Because that's the energy that you have called on me to be. So let's talk about those numbers, that numerology. Over to you, Marcus. As he's chewing.
So angel numbers, I feel like cashews. So angel numbers to me are one of the most, I think, most relatable for a lot of people out there. You know, a lot of people hear of 1111, 333, 111, 555. Some people will be like, oh, you know, that's my number right there. Like every single time I see that, I feel like I'm on the right path, or I feel like I'm getting confirmation of something. So those are what we consider our angel numbers. And just to kind of like take a deep dive, but not too deep of a dive, we live in this multi-dimensional universe, this 15-dimensional time matrix, as we've been studying in Grand Rising with Christolight. And what they say with the 15 dimensions is that basically we have different councils, we have different angels and different guides that are part of the different dimensions that make up the whole universe. And with that, they carry different rays of light and some other things as well. Then what we also learn is that from their dimension, they're able to communicate with us down here in this third dimensional physical reality. And the way that they're able to do so is not by bringing their whole entire being down into an incarnation, but by sending different sound and energy waves through different rays of light and other vibrational tones that translate through our universe. And one of those ways that it translates through vibrational tone is through numerical value. So when we get those numbers and we look over at the clock during an intense moment and we see 333, and typically it kind of gives you that electrical feeling and you got the goosebumps on your back and your arms and you're just like, oh, this is exactly where I'm supposed to be. That's that angel number energy. So there's different numbers and each number represents a different characteristic, just as we've gone through in the beginning of this. Then when you add them together, you then amplify those numbers, energies, or if you're combining different numbers together, you're then amplifying and combining their properties together. So sometimes you might see like 1717, or you might see 5533 or something like that instead of just one number. So here's some examples on the screen for you guys where you can see just straight number sequences, 111 all the way to 999, and just some of the meanings that people have channeled and kind of downloaded on what they find with these numbers. And you guys can always look these up. There's so much that the AI can share, or Google, or graphic images can tell you about different numbers and different angel number meanings. It's really cool. There's a lot of psychics who like have their own websites, and then on their websites they just unload all this different wisdom and knowledge that they acquire about what they come across and what they believe is the truth of these sequences and numbers. And as always, like Sandy says, take what resonates and leave what doesn't. Always.
Always. One size just doesn't fit all, and there's not going to be one author in a book or writer of a concerto or artist of a grand portrait piece that's going to be the end all be all. We are here to experience infinite possibilities all the time. Becoming a conscious participant in your own soul evolution means that you might have to look at the healing ancestral patterns of awareness through karmic numbers. You might have to lean into the shifting of reaction or response to using your personal numerology as insight. Using your numbers or your number coding can guide you through relationships, through work, through healing, through spiritual practice. You get to choose. if you know. And if the information is brought to you in such a way that it does not resonate with you, take what resonates, that does resonate, and leave the rest alone. Leave it there. If you spend no energy trying to denounce it or trying to argue it, then you have energy to go find the rest of what's going to connect with what already resonates. You can find more. You can play connect the dots for as long as you need to play. Just like an app runs on both its codes, and you know it does, and its operating system, because when you upload it to your phone, an app to your phone, now it's got all the coding in it, the app, and now it's running on your OS compatibly, hopefully, right? Your spiritual embodiment is what allows your soul's technology to activate and express itself in real time. Without embodiment, without the code, without the system, remains theory or theoretical. With embodiment, they become living tools, guiding your choices, shaping your growth, and revealing your true essence through your life, or the life that you're leading or expressing, however you choose to say it. Your numerology opens up for you to learn about your natural gifts, not just your life path, not just your expression or your destiny, but your deepest longing to dive into your soul urges, to have a conversation with the soul personality of you. Its desire when it came here to play. You get to learn the learning curves. You get to learn that. You get to learn about the karmic contracts. You get to learn about your debts, your karmic debts and numbers and challenges and your soul timing. You get to learn about your personal years or your pinnacles. You get to dive deep. Everything is given to you. Everything's there. We could do 4 hours of this because I've done such an extensive research that I'm still not through saying what I'm saying. Sharing what I need to share. Because there's always more. This is just a little tidbit. You're not just learning about your soul path, you're learning how to intentionally live and allowing your soul to see it, feel it, be it with you. You are learning about the software and the DNA coding. You're learning that the divine has so many ways to speak to you, that it's not only about in your prayer. It's not only about in your meditation room. It's not only the light language. It's not only numerology. It's all of it. And so much more. Everyone has the ability to have the same gifts. You're born with the exact same gifts. No one is born with anything different. It's what we choose to use and how we choose to grow. that will open itself up, and you go, oh, I got this one. Oh, I got that one. Somebody else got that. How come they got that and I didn't get that? Well, if you want that, open it, go dive deep and go find it. But understand why you want it. Do you just want it because they want it or they have it? Or do you want it because it's the next possible growth step that you're diving into? I want to learn numerology just to learn to dive into myself. I don't want to be a teacher of it because there's so much. But I want to share with you what I learn about what I learned for myself so that you get. I don't want to be the know-it-all for everything. I just want to share with you what I learned for myself. And then you get to take it and go, oh, that worked for Sandy. I think I can tweak it this way. You get to make decisions because you know a little bit about your soul blueprint. You get to move and dance with the cosmic universe because you can hear and feel and see and be part of the rhythm in your cycles. You get to act in alignment with the frequency of your core numbers and not resist it, but flow with it. Oh, let me see where that takes me. Trusting that the laws of the universe got you. Over to you, Marcus. Are we doing a 3-hour one again?
You're so funny. I mean, I really could if I didn't have a meeting to go to, but
I know.
Man.
So,
you
have? I know you have closing words for us. Please share.
Oh, okay, we're closing out. All right.
Yeah, I mean, I don't want to hold you up.
Okay,
but
I really appreciate it. Yeah, it's just a retreat group call. We're gonna talk about workshops and plan together on who wants to do their workshops and when for the October shamanic healing retreat here in Ohio. And we're gonna have the Peruvian shaman coming out from Peru as well. So
wonderful.
If you guys want tickets, man, there's tickets available. You guys can come out in October 17 to 19 here in Ohio. We'll have a Peruvian shaman, and we're going to be doing home-cooked meals, camping, live music, and much more. But closing words. Wow. My closing words are, do not get caught up in destinations. And with that, also don't get caught up in labels and identities. And to know that these vibration, these archetypes, they are just expressions and experiences for temporary moments, and that we weave through them and embody them through many different ways and forms of life. And with that, just know there is no right or wrong or getting stuck and just not being able to be a piece of that source fragment at any moment. And I just want to remind us of that we are always that spark, that source fragment. And even if we do resonate with something or we don't, it's okay either way. And we'll continue on and be able to continue to make change and free will while we're still here. So I just want to leave it with that and just unconditional love and gratitude for everybody. And thank you, Sandy, for having me.
Oh, you are certainly welcome. Thank you for receiving the request and joining me. All right.
Absolutely.
And Marcus said one thing. We are source spark. That takes me to Transformers. When it says their one movie they were looking for the all spark. All right. Whoa. The all spark in that movie. Go find it. It's one of them. One of the 6 that they did. And they were looking for the all spark. And the all spark was meant to be able to take life and create new life. We are that. And we are given every opportunity and every tool imaginable to keep co-creating with the Creator. So if you want to know some books, David Phillips is the book that I had showed you. I'm going to show you that again. Okay. Then there is another book that's by Dan Millman, One by Faith and Dusty Bunker. Another book by Florence Campbell. And these are just a few that I have in my Amazon cart that piqued interest about the universal laws and numerology and how they collaborate with the vibration of creation. And yeah, we say it just that way. That's how the divine wants you to know. You are continuously creating. When I was a child, that's the one of many things that I used to, try to figure out from my pastor is if God, the Creator, created everything in 7 days and he rested and he didn't do anything, why is things still growing and expanding? Because everything is still being created. The universe is still growing and expanding. It hasn't stopped. And then I understood it. That the divine handed over the reins to us to co-create with them in their image. From spiritual to physical and back to spiritual again, or mind, the consciousness of mind, to become the divine union that is the sum total of the Creator, all and no thing, the all and the no thing. So thank you very much for being part of this this wonderful live stream. I've enjoyed myself. I hope you have enjoyed yourself. If you want to find me, you can find me on Instagram on Mondays at 3:55 Pacific Standard Time in my Soul Awakening Oracle and Light Language card pull. Tuesdays here with Soul Awakening Podcast, 1 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. Right? On Wednesdays and Thursday evening at 5:15 Pacific Standard Time, where I am reading a couple of books, right? I'm reading The Surrender Experiment, not a couple of books, one book, by Michael A. Singer. And on Saturdays, or on Wednesdays, Marcus and I are doing the raw materials, Ascending Beyond Limitations, 10 a.m. Pacific Standard Time, 1 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, Wednesdays. This Wednesday, it will be at 5 p.m. Pacific Standard Time and 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. This Wednesday. Okay. You can also find me on Saturday mornings at 9 a.m. Pacific Standard Time on Sacred Light Broadcasting channel. And on Sunday mornings, Instagram at 5:55 a.m. with Star Meditations. Hope to see you there, and thank you very much for joining me. One love. Peace.
Experience the transformative power of ancient healing traditions. Welcome to a unique retreat where generations come together to heal and grow. From October 17th to 19th, just outside Cincinnati, dive into a rare generational healing retreat with camping hosted by Marcus Christolight and Sacred Light. This retreat is part of the Ancient Medicine Retreat series, featuring the honorable sacred guest, Peruvian shaman Don Eduardo with his wife, and his incredible team that includes Kevin Standing Elk, Jonathan Hernandez, Ashley Ballard, and Chris Rust. Join us for sacred ceremonies, flow shops, and one-on-one healing sessions led by skilled sacred space holders like Violet Lyrafe, Donnie Yvette, Mandy Schmidt, Jean Wilkerson, Cecily Simpson, and Angelic Ray. Feel the energy shift as you immerse yourself in holistic well-being. Bask in the healing power of live music from artists like Amber Echo, Shay Brown, Evan Sturgeon of Sturgeon Friends, Emerald Alliance, Aura de Prophet, and Illuminati Congo. And let's not forget the fire and flow arts that will light up our nights. Nourish your soul with delicious plant-based meals prepared by sacred indigenous chef, Grandma Katie Singing Eagle. Explore the vibrant energy of crystal gemstones with Allie Pratt from Organics Essence Gems and Gifts. This retreat is family-friendly with no alcohol or substances outside of 420. With a dedicated kiddo area and activities led by Shay Brown, everyone in the family can benefit from this healing experience. Thanks to our partnership with AJ Lardy of Operation Oscar Mike Inc., this retreat promises a supportive community atmosphere, especially for military vets looking for healing. Spaces are limited. Contact Marcus Christolight at 513-238-5580 for pricing and scheduling if needed. Visit the site on the flyer or the Jotform link in the description to register. Don't miss out on this transformative journey. One love.
Resurrected from the night, had to pay that price to achieve new heights. Fight with all my might to enlighten my sight. We coasting with potion, high five to the ground, bitch. We chosen. Silly to the flow like the ocean. Can escape when your brain is eroding. We got that light. Chakras celebrate.